The event is called Turning Blue Hill Avenue Purple. When people are driving by, they'll see these big purple bowls, reminding them that there are over 900 murdered victims in these communities. Do not forget them.
Francis, 2007, unsolved. Christopher Cavallo, 2007. Leroy Cavallo, 2013. Rest in
Know
peace.
that they mean something to someone, and they have families and friends who still love them and care about them.
Nicholas Trotman.
We have to look at these murders. They've been there from 1970 to right now. What are we going to do about it?
Edward Eddie Clemens, tied to a tree, shot 7 times. My uncle.
Melvin loved to sing, singing, dancing, you know, that was his world, his heart, yeah. The most important thing about Melvin that I really loved was the fact that he never tried to change my personality. And he encouraged me to always have an opinion and to believe in myself. That night, I heard, I was getting the kids ready for bed, and I heard 2 gunshots. And I could see these blue and red lights just flashing on the windows of our home. Then the telephone rings, and it was Boston City Hospital. And the woman on the line says to me, "Do you know Melvin Franklin?" I said, "Yeah, of course I do." And she says, "Well, you need to come down to Boston City Hospital because he's here." We walk into the hospital. The woman takes us right into the room where Mel's body is lying. 2 gunshot wounds, eyes still open, he's dead. And I realized I got my 2 children standing there. The movement, Women Survivors of Homicide movement, is the activist part, where women literally knock on the doors of politicians. We go to the police department. We call our detectives if they don't call us, which happens so often.
You know, I know lately there's been some stories about unsolved homicides. All I can say is we have a cold case squad here that works hard on every case we have, and we never forget. We have an awful lot of cases out there that are very similar. You know, if the public would just come forward and give us any little bit of information, that's probably what we need. They lead on that somehow we don't care about the loved ones, especially if they're from Dorchester, Mattapan, and Roxbury. That's so far from the truth. My guys take great pride in solving every homicide. You know, we take our job very serious. We strive to clear every homicide.
900 plus unsolved murders, homicides.
I remember sitting in my dorm in 1979, and on the television it said that a body had been found in Franklin Park, and it said Edward Clemens. And I said, wow, this gentleman has the same last name as me. Because I knew my Uncle Eddie is Uncle Eddie, not Edward. And then when they showed the picture of Edward Clemens murdered in 1979, unsolved to this day, I cried. I was hurt. And I said, how could this happen to my uncle?
Well, I think the Roxbury, Dorchester, and Mattapan, a few reasons why they are the cities that are more prevalent to have unsolved murders. Number one, the elephant in the room, race. It does play a part. It will always play a part. you know, we can't keep saying it is the no snitching, the community won't speak up. People do speak up. So we can't keep blaming the community, and that's how I feel every time I hear the no snitching or the community won't speak up. I feel like it's blaming the community. If the community had a relationship, respectful, trusting relationship with the police department, I believe that people would come forward more often and give more information.
And so I can honestly say, I don't care the age, I don't care the race. We never forget a victim. And, you know, and we work hard with all the survivors to make sure we never forget the loved one.
Let me say this to you. I met some wonderful law enforcement officers. I am not anti-police, but at the same time, I'm realistic. Racism is alive. People have their own prejudices, and we have to address it. We have to address it. When a family's murder isn't solved, there is this extra sadness because you know that there's somebody walking around the street who killed your loved one. It's just this horrific, torturing pain that you have to deal with every single day of your life.